Alrighty then, hello and once again, good evening YouTube. Welcome back. Welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 2. Last time we did the Corvette one-make race and the Opel Tigra one-make race, and we got a whole bunch of cars we'll never drive again, and never really should have had to drive to begin with. But today, we are going to be going to the other side of the planet. We're going to be going back to West City, and it is time. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the French one-make races. We have, I don't even know how to pronounce any of these manufacturers, okay? I don't know. We have Citroën. We have Renault, and we also have fucking Peugeot, I think that's how you pronounce that. When I was a kid, I pronounced it like Peugeot or something. I don't know where I got the, well, actually no, I do know where I got the alt from, because Renault, Peugeot, I don't fucking know. The point is that we're going to be driving a bunch of cars whose names I cannot pronounce. Now, interestingly, we were doing smart things. As in the French Nationals, I purchased a Saxo, and I purchased a Clio. I don't think I purchased a, whatever the fuck this is pronounced, though, so... But they are only allowed 106s, and something tells me I did not get a 106, so let's get a 106 quick here. 106 Rally. It's spelled like boy. Rally. Whatever. This one is an S16 though, so... very good. It's basically like a modern day Volkswagen Rabbit. Oh, good times, good times. And there's the Rally. We have to have the one that ends in the boy word. Come on. Come on, we gotta get this one. It's objectively worse. 106, aka how much horsepower it has. What is this car, dude? This one has 120. Intentionally handicapping myself and then getting mad when I suck. Definitely something I've never done before. Anyway, let's go and get some upgrades for this 106. Let's put in a turbo. Just to be safe. Oh, we can't. Oh, it's not even 100. It's 99 horsepower. Oh, God help me. NA tune-up. Put in NA tune-up. We need stage 2. Don't even read what stage 1 is. We need stage 2. Forget about it, dude. 135, that's, well, it's more than 106, I suppose. Speaking of 6, that's a solid gain right there with the performance chip. 141 horsepower, and don't forget, we gotta put in some weight reduction. I don't know why every single car has to have 3 stages of weight reduction, because I feel like it would be rational for, like, a small car like this to only have 2 stages. Like, what are they gonna take out? Like, at some point, you've got a 2-seater car that's, like, under 1,000 kilograms to start. Like, what all are you going to take out? At some point, you're just going to... I'm just mad that I have to spend so much money on these shitty cars. We're under 900,000. Well, we'll get back over 900,000 right here, but it's not going to last long. And we're going to... Where? Is it Apricot Hill? It's Rome Night. Well... I used to get excited to come here, and then I remember the feature-length film that I uploaded in conjunction with the getting the Super License Golds video. Feature-length! I never watched through that. I sure hope I did not throw out any racial slurs. I don't generally. Not even... You know what? I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't even generally throw out racial slurs when I'm playing video games. Like, I'll think about it, like, I'll think, man, this would be a great time to drop a bomb. But I actually won't. I call people cunts all the time, but, like, that's just, you know, That's just the thing. But that's censored. Like, you see, cunt is a really bad word according to YouTube. According to YouTube, that's one of the most unholy slurs that you can say. It's right up there with the N-word and the other F-word, which is apparently worse than fuck now. Even though, you know, I call people it all the time. But now I'm scared to say it in videos. It's like, you know, that's just a sad state of affairs. Is that when you're afraid to just say a word, it's just like, I understand, okay. I get it. I disagree, but I get it, okay? I get it. The N-word is bad, alright? I understand. But everything else should be fine. Alright? I still think everyone should be allowed to say it or no one should be allowed to say it. That's really my fucking stance on it. And I lean more towards everyone should be allowed to say it because, you know, fucking freedom and all that shit. However, if it was made so that, alright, no one can ever say it again, then alright, fine, fuck it. At least we are enforcing these rules equally. You know, equal representation, if you will. But, yeah, no. But now we're getting to the point where there's even less words we can say, and it's like, fuck me. I remember that one Vsauce video where Leduc was going like, why do bad words become, or like, what are the future bad words going to be like? And like, mental was one of them. And we're already to the point where like mental retardation, just the word retardation itself, even though it's literally just a descriptive of like a slowing down. Retardation is slowing down. You know, the funniest shit ever is when the F1 commentators, they say retardation. It's like, you know exactly what they're talking about, but the first thing that I think of when I hear that is like, oh my god, he's gonna get canceled. Oh man. But retardation is an actual term. Like, are we really gonna give 13-year-olds the power to, decide what words are allowed to be said by the rest of the public? Like, come on, dude. I still think Shupla is going to be the worst slur ever uttered by a human a few years from now. It's coming. It's coming. The Shupla's coming. Anyway, we are on lap 2. I just slowed down so fucking much there because we're going the reverse version. Why wouldn't we go the reverse version, you know? Because it's not like I spent an hour and a half perfecting the other way around the track. No, let's go fucking reverse so that all that shit that I learned from that license challenge can be completely thrown out the window and I can suck ass. I don't think there exists a Laguna Seca reverse version. There should be, though. That'd be probably be more fun than doing it the regular way around, if we're honest. Going up the corkscrew. People would probably end up underdriving it. Now that'd be funny. That would be funny. I hate how the turn right after the corkscrew at Laguna Seca is such a perfect turn that you could almost flat-foot it, but just not quite enough, and you just have to kind of judge from there. Laguna Seca sucks. I hate it. Anyway, we just won. We're probably gonna go there now that I've been talking about it so much. Oh, at least 2 of the rally boys beat an S16. One S16 was beat by 2 rally boys. $5,000. That makes up for absolutely nothing. And now it's time to stuff another $80,000 into a car I'll never use again after the race that I used it in, and after stuffing the $80,000 into it. Here we go to the tune shop. We're so short on money, man. We still have an entire, like, I think we still have to do Toyota. That's gonna be like 6 racing versions. Oh, come on. That's actually a really good livery. Really, really good paint. That's a great wrap. I actually really like this, but unfortunately there's only one color option. Therefore, it's bad. Sad day. It's a good wrap, though. There's been so many shitty wraps in this game. This was actually really good. Probably because it's a rally car, technically. And rally cars are, you know, like, that's the gold standard for racing liveries. Super Speedway! Hey! Now we're talking! Hey! Let the good times roll, man. Oh, but the bad news is that there's going to be no good camera angles. Oh, when they're all the same color anyway. Even the S16s are probably the same livery. Fuck my ass. God damn it, dude. This is such a good looking car, and then everyone shows up to prom wearing the exact same dress, and it's just like, come on, man. Come on, man. I remember prom. You know what? Fuck me, dude. This is one of my favorite stories, and I hardly ever tell it. On prom night senior year, there was this sandstorm. The first sandstorm that I've ever experienced in my life. The first and only. I've never had another sandstorm come through. At least not quite like this one, because it was fucking insane, dude. Because I've never in my life seen anything like it, and I haven't ever since. So what happened is that we were going to prom, and I was going to take my dad's pickup, because he had like a 92 F-150, and it was hot. I mean, it was a fucking piece of shit, but it was hot. Like, my mom hated it. She told me that it made him look like he was a pedophile. She fucking said that, dude. But I liked that pickup. It was nice. It had a nice red interior. Oh, it was so good. It does make an appearance on the channel. I did do a driving video in it once. But anyway, I was gonna drive that instead of my Corolla to prom, and my Corolla had a spoiler on it at that point. I think I had the spoiler for junior prom too, but I'm not sure. Junior year prom, not junior prom. If it was junior prom, I would have been like fucking 12. But you know, point that I'm trying to make. Point that I'm trying to make is that we're gonna easily win this race right here. But right when I was gonna go to my date's house, there was a fucking sandstorm on the horizon. Now, I had no idea what I was looking at. I didn't know it was a sandstorm, and like there was like, I wasn't listening to like the weather radar or whatever. I wasn't listening to KX weather. Have the fucking robot telling me about how there's a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't even know if the National Weather Service would pick up a sandstorm. You'd think they would. You'd think they would make a warning for that. But what happened is that there was like, it was pretty cloudy. Like, it was dark and cloudy and it looked like it was gonna rain, but it never did rain. I don't think it might have sprinkled a little bit once the storm actually hit. But as far as the, if I actually go back into the race and click this shortcut, it's faster than going back. The point I'm trying to make is that I look to the west, and there's like a big brown, there's just like a big line of brown, and like, I don't know how to describe it other than there's just like this line across the horizon that was brown, and I was like, that's interesting. I thought it was a weird storm cloud, right? Well, slowly and slowly, this fucking sand cloud, which it was, this brown fucking thing on the horizon, gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm like, oh, what is this? And then that's when the wind hit. And I'm like, oh my god, it's a sandstorm. And that's what it was. It was a fucking sandstorm. And like, I was in my dad's pickup at this point. I was driving to her house. And I'm just witnessing this thing just get pelted with dirt, and like the sprinkles are starting, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And lo and fucking behold, guess what I forgot? I forgot her fucking flower at my house. So I had to drive back to the house, my house, in the sandstorm, and when I got out of the pickup, the wind was so fucking heavy, and like, there was just sand getting pelted into my face, and it was honestly fun. It was a fun experience. I'll be honest, I enjoyed it, because I love storms. But, the point that I'm trying to make is that I had to run out in this fucking sandstorm to get this stupid-ass flower that I forgot at my house. And by the time I got to her house, the storm was already over. Like, it wasn't even that bad. There was a lot of sand, and it was like chunks of sand and stuff that was pelting us. But you see, the crazy part about that is that my Corolla was sitting at my house while I was driving, obviously. And where I parked at my house, it was way exposed to the west. So for like the next several months, every single time that I would turn on the AC, I'd get pelted with sand. If I turned the AC on to max in my Corolla, it would fucking pelt me with sand, because all that sand from that sandstorm got packed into the fucking vents. And every single time that I turned the AC on to high, it would pelt me with sand. It was the fucking most insane shit that I've ever been through. And I've never seen another sandstorm like that, because just like the smart practices of, like, you know, intelligent farming techniques and stuff is enough to stop like most sandstorms now. And for the matter, we're not like in a desert area. We're in the Great Plains. There's like, you know, if it gets like really dry and a bunch of grass dies out, and then like maybe maybe like some dirt will surface up, but like, you know, stuff like that just doesn't happen in the modern day. And that was the only time I ever saw anything like that, and the only time I ever have seen anything like that. But it was such a fucking guttural experience, just watching that brown thing on the horizon get bigger and bigger before realizing what it actually was. It was just like, it was its own cloud. It was a cloud that was, you know, sitting on the ground. It was a big brown cloud sitting on the ground. It was fucking insane, dude. It was so good. I wish I took a picture of it, but like, I didn't have a real phone back then, and my iPod would have been the best thing to take a picture of it. We've all seen my iPod pictures, or have we? I should rip some of my pictures off that iPod, because there is a real... It's a real time capsule, because once I got my first actual smartphone, like, that was the day that I stopped using the iPod, besides race reviews, of course, because it just held more in the hard drive than my phone did. But like, as far as like taking random snapshots, like that was the end for the iPod. And yeah, there's a picture on my iPod of a pickup with the front end destroyed. And you want to know what that was? So on like my first or second day of school, like after like the not the commencement speech, but like the opposite of the commencement speech, the one that starts at the start of the year, you know, in the time that you're in college, where we had to sit through that and it was a bunch of bullshit. Right after that, we were like all standing outside doing like team building activities or some shit. And we were standing in like an open parking lot, like right in front of the main road coming to the college. Anyway, I just won in the Saxo, by the way. We gotta put a racing upgrade into this next. So we're all standing right in front of the main road, and this guy on a crotch rocket, you know, Honda bike, comes rolling up, and I was so bored because this shit was stupid. So I'm watching this guy go, and I just had a feeling in the back of my mind, like, I need to watch this guy. I need to watch this guy. I don't know why, but I need to pay attention to this guy on this motorcycle. He stopped at the intersection, and he sat for a while, because like, I knew that the gears were turning in his head. And I'm watching this guy. He punches the gas, or he flicks his wrist hard, and he pops a wheelie from a standstill at this stop sign. And I'm watching this, and I think most of us are watching this because it's a loud crotch rocket, so everyone, you know, their attention is caught by the loud sound. And this fucking guy loses his balance and starts pulling to the left straight into this fucking... Racing modification is not performed yet. I literally did. Bitch, didn't I just spend $80,000 on this? Bruh. Did it not put it in? I guess it didn't put it in. I have even less fucking money. Oh, I need weight reduction. Didn't I fucking put in weight reduction stage 3? Jesus Christ, I'm so invested in this fucking story. Anyway, this dude on this fucking crotch rocket motorcycle, I should have, I mean, if I had my iPod out filming it, I wouldn't have gotten it. Because we were standing on the other end of the fucking intersection. This guy was on the way far end. Like, I could barely see it from where I was standing, you know? Like, I got a perfectly crystal clear view of it, but like, if I had just my iPod, like, it doesn't have a zoom function. You wouldn't even seen anything happen. I might have been able to fix it up in, you know, like Vegas or something, but it would have looked like shit. But this guy fucking destroyed this Tahiti road. This guy destroyed this pickup. Oh, it was the funniest shit too. And like one of the guys that was doing the team building exercise with us, he fucking runs over and tries to help the dude out, and I'm like, man, I think you just leave him to it. Like, he stood up right after and threw his helmet on the ground, and I was like, oh my god. This is without a doubt the worst day of your life. And that was the day that I learned collateral damage. Because that poor guy, I don't know whose pickup that was, but it sat there in that spot for like 2 weeks after it got run into by the motorcycle. Because I didn't even take that picture until 3 or 4 days later. And that pickup sat there for a long fucking time. Like, I don't know whose it was and what happened to them, but they were just parked at the worst possible place they could have been. Wrong place at the wrong time. And this dude destroyed his pickup. Oh my god, dude. And I had first-hand witness, dude. First-hand witness. This man, on his crotch rocket, tried to pull a wheelie in front of a bunch of college students. And what fucking happened? What fucking happened? He got... Oh, man. He screwed himself over. But that was the funniest shit. That was fucking hilarious, dude. I found it to be quite a chuckle. Too bad I don't have any other interesting college stories. Because I became a fucking shut-in after my first semester. Because, like, I was so bored and I just did not want to be there. And, like, all my classes were garbage. You know, my only good memories would be, like, you know, fucking Kurt winning the Daytona 500 or Cubs winning the World Series. I stayed up and watched that. I skipped some class to watch that parade for the Cubs winning the World Series. Everything fell off a cliff after I stopped doing band, but band sucked because the director was a complete fucking nitwit. And there really wasn't anyone that interesting that I would have, you know, would have been missing out if I wasn't in band class with them, you know, 4 days out of the week. I've always mentioned how, like, I'm one of, like, the best trombone players that my fucking music teacher ever taught, you know. I talk a lot about that, but, like, I really didn't care too much for the actual band part of band. Because, like, the thing is just that all of my friends were in band. So, like, you know, we'd go on, like, the marching trip that we do once a year. That bus ride there and back was always, like, the highlight of the entire school year. And then, like, we'd do, like, pep band days for the high school teams. And I'd get to, as a result of that, I get to just sit there and watch a free basketball game, you know. Is there only one Saxo that we could have driven? Because, you know, that's kind of weak. That's kind of weak, if we're honest. Anyway, that's another dub. That is another dub in the Saxo. And now it's time to waste even more money on the Clio. Yay! Clio time. I've never really cared for the Clio. It's a boring car in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, the fucking, the band teacher sucked. The music we played was terrible. The one concert that we did was miserable because we had to fucking dress up in Christmas shit. And I was like, this is gay. This is fucking gay. And plus the music sucked. Anyway. So I was like, fuck it. I am no longer gonna do band. And then basically, funny enough, my entire social circle in college was in band. And then, like, I stopped hanging out with them because they were a terrible influence. Terrible influence. I gained so much weight because every fucking night they'd use the Indian guys' fucking, scholarship money because, like, the reservation people got a bunch of money for, to go to college. And this guy basically just, like, bought us, like, copious amounts of McDonald's every night. It was delicious, yes. Fucking Grindelwald. It was delicious, yes. However, it was horribly unhealthy because I was actually paying, like, for a full meal plan back then, so I was able to go to lunch every single day. Every Monday was burger day, and they were so fucking good because they were, like... Because, like, the burgers tasted like McDonald's burgers, like the closest thing to a McDonald's, like, burger patty that I've ever actually had. And you can tell that this car only comes in one color because there's no way I would have picked this color otherwise. Oh, turn, you son of a bitch. That is the God's honest truth as to why I stopped hanging out with them. Because I really did like those guys. They did not have anything on the friends I had in high school, but, like, they were solid overall. Very interesting people. This one dude was, like, a big fan of Sisters of Mercy, and, like, I never found anyone else that had even heard of Sisters of Mercy before then. And I'm like, yo, what? This fucking dude. Did you know that North Dakota has the most drunk 12-year-olds per capita in the entire United States? That is the funnest of facts that I like to share with people whenever I'm talking about the Great White North. Yeah, I kind of do wish that I hung out with them more, but my fucking weight would have spiraled out of control. Like, I spent all of senior year working as hard as I could, like, as hard as like a 17-year-old could, to lose weight. And I dropped from, 185 for the most part. I always say that I got to, like, a peak of 192, and that's true. But, like, I was kind of, stuck at 185 for the longest time before senior year started. Like, I worked hard to drop 20 pounds. Like, the freshman 15 apparently is real. The freshman 15 back in the day was that you'd lose 15 pounds because, you're a poor college student. But, like, in the modern day, the freshman 15 is you gain 15 pounds, I guess. I don't know why. It's like most people stop, like, doing sports after high school. I don't fucking know. Because unless you get a sports scholarship, like, that's really the only people who ever do sports are the scholarship ones, because that's the point of the scholarship, is to get them to do the sports as opposed to anyone else. So that's just kind of the opinion that I have on that. All this talk about college, and I haven't even said once to not go to college. So let me do it now. Don't go to college, kids. Don't go to college. If you have to go pursue post-education, go to a fucking community college at most. Or a trade school, okay? Because if I'd just gone to a fucking tech school, and in 2 years I could have learned how to be a mechanic, I could be driving race cars right now. I mean, I could be driving race cars anyway, but, like, I don't know anyone that really, does racing for anyone other than themselves. Because there's a bunch of people who said that they'd help me out with, like, fucking, setup. They'd share their setup notes with me. Which is big, that's pretty big. If it's a setup heavy track. But no one that's ever come out like, hey, if you buy a car, I'll work on it with you. It's like, no, most people don't do that. Then everything got worse when I transferred colleges, my God. That was just about the worst decision I've made in my entire... You know what? It's strange, is because when it was happening... Wow, I only bought stage 1. I'm such a cheap ass. When it was happening, when I transferred colleges, it looked like the greatest move for my career I could have made, because I had my first videography contract. It went horribly, but they paid me $600, so, like, fuck it. And this one, we get the 3 different types. Yeah, dude. Well, 2 different types. Definitely the one with the stripe is better. Ooh, oh, that's these terrible colors. This is the best color, but it doesn't really match. Well, yeah, it matches. It matches enough. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get the racing modification. Big yellow. Anything but just a boring ass flat gray, stock looking piece of shit. All right. Final race in the French League of one make races. Yeah. But I got my first videography contract, and I got my first real, like, announcing gig. And that was fun. And I did not follow up. That was the stupidest decision I could have made, was not following up with them, because I was working with actual CBS Sports. I was an actual contracted, W-99 worker for CBS Sports. And you know what the fuck I did? I never followed up. I never emailed the guys that I worked with. I never got any phone numbers. It was the stupidest decision I could have ever made. And now CBS Sports has fucking SRX. And it's like, I could have worked with, I probably wouldn't have made it to SRX right away. But I would have been able to work with the people that would have been able to help me move towards such a thing. And I just didn't follow up! 20-year-old Kamikaze was the dumbest motherfucker you'll ever meet. Like, I swear. I just did not care. Like, if I could have not cared and gone to a trade school instead of, you know, the most expensive out-of-state tuition institution in, like, the country, you know? If I could have done that, I probably would have $0 in debt right now. But instead, I have to rely on fucking Joe Biden not fumbling the ball with student aid relief. Oh my god, I can't tell when the turn starts. Thankfully, I hit it at the right angle, so that I would slide through the corner instead of getting caught on some fucking terrain. Because I wanted to go to NDSU, because if I went to NDSU, then my fucking scholarships would have been covered by a specific scholarship that applies to only people that graduated from the high school that I graduated at, and I met the requirements and everything. And I probably would have been paying like maybe $500 a semester at most. Instead, I got to pay $5,000 per semester. And now I have fucking $27,000 in debt that will hopefully be reduced by $10,000 at the expense of the taxpayer. I haven't gotten any thumbnail yet. We have to get a thumbnail on this one. We have to manage to get a thumbnail on the clubbing stage with like the darkest track in the entire game. I made some of the worst decisions as a youth, and they were spurned on by people who should have been the responsible ones, going like, you fucking jackass, why would you do any of the things? Why would you do any of these things? This is stupid. Terrible money management, terrible life management. I've got a completely butt-fucking useless degree now, and $30,000 in debt. Thankfully, I have a real job, you know, and thankfully I get overtime with it. So, like, it's not, you know, the end of the fucking world. Why does the camera have to be the bumper cam? This is the only part of the track that's lit, and you have to fucking check the bumper cam. I just need a thumbnail, dude. One thumbnail. Count them, one thumbnail. And you can't even let me have a shot in the most lit area on the track. Why are you like this? Oh, look at me slide. Yeah, that was that perfect slide right there. Perfect wall ride. Good stuff. Okay, well, hopefully there's a thumbnail in there somewhere. Anyway, yeah, moral of this video is don't go to college. That's pretty much the only moral. $10,000. That's a surprising amount, considering this is a pretty weak car. It's like got 240 horsepower. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. What a exceptional vehicle. Anyway, that's going to do it for the French one-make races. So we're getting down to it. I think we are done at this point with West City. West City is complete. And so is South City, because we did the Dodge one-make races and then we did the Chevy one-make races. The only one that remains down there is the car race. So as far as like the channel is concerned, that's done, but as far as the game completion-wise percent is concerned, it's not done. So that leaves us at 85.2% game completion. We're getting closer and closer to the end, closer and closer to the final event in Gran Turismo 2. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in whatever it is that we do next on the channel. Until then, this has been Kamikaze Games, and I'll see you in whatever it is we do next. Bye! What the fuck is happening right now? Hello? Come on, Vito. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe. All right. Here we go. No. Wait. No, don't go over there. No. Oh, God. No kidding, Rick Allen. I couldn't have said it better myself, honestly.